What's going on, everybody? It's an Ebony Star Network production sponsored by the E Nation. Roe v. Wade has been overturned. Well, there's been a lot of opinions about it. There's been a lot of speculation about it. There's been a lot of rhetoric about it. But me and Dane, we have our own perspective on things. So we're here to give you our side of the story about Roe v. Wade. And I have to say, I commend those states who are working towards banning abortion, period, regardless of the circumstances. All right? All right. We haven't been here in a while. It's Dame and the Black Knight. Let's get it on, Dan. Right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dame and the Black Knight. She is the Dame, I am the Black Knight, and we are here to talk about Roe v. Wade. Very interesting stuff going on, Dame. How you doing?
All right, and you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Some people say that this might be. Well, I look at it this way: the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. Is it a blow to women's rights or is it a victory for pro-life? I think it's a victory for pro-life. I don't see it as a blow to women's rights. Now, these baby killers and these child killers, they don't like the decision. Now, I'm aware that there are some states now working towards banning abortion permanently, period. I don't understand how extinguishing life is an answer to anything when we have laws against murder. So, one does not make the other make sense. Now, here's another thing, too. You got fools out there that tell you that life begins at 20 weeks or 16 weeks or some shit like that. Okay? Again, that's them child murderers and killers of it. Life begins at conception. We're going to say, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. All life begins at conception. You have to be conceived first in order to have life. And if you have been conceived, then you have life in you because that is how you grow from one stage to the next. That's how you develop from one stage to the next. You have to have life in you to develop. If life isn't in you, you cannot develop into a human being. If there was no life in you, then that would mean that you were dead, right? So life begins at conception. I mean, this is very, very, very easy to understand. I don't know why people are struggling with this. I think I know why people are struggling with this because they want the ability to kill babies. It's one thing to hear feminists out here with this shit, but to have men out here leading the charge, guys like RBR out here fighting for, out here talking about 20 weeks, when we all know that life begins at conception. Come on in here, Dan. What do you think about all of this? Give me your take on this.
Okay. All right. I don't think people want to murder, but they are trying to say that not that it's murder, that they're protecting their life or um but even though we know deep down inside you really are killing your child. But I think as long as there's no plan in place to support the children that are conceived, or support the mothers that are birthing these children, then so you're limiting her choices. Don't put her in a position where she has to choose to take a life or choose between one child or the other. Because we're seeing a lot of it where it's the second child that's getting aborted because she can't afford to take care of both, or she has no means to take care of
Well,
both.
how she's even coming to that decision,
How she's coming to that decision?
right? How is she even getting to a decision to where she's saying, okay, I can't have the third child. I got to abort the third child. I mean, how is she even getting to that decision? What's causing that decision?
Um, she's doing it before she gets. That's why there's a time before she gets attached because once the baby is in her arms, she's
No, you're
not
not
going to
listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
be.
What's causing that decision to begin with?
Um, was causing the decision, the fact that she's pregnant.
No, okay, yeah, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, what's making her want to abort the baby to begin with?
She don't want to abort the baby. She has to. It's a case of she has to. Otherwise, nobody. Okay, it's either one child lives or one child dies. She already have the child that's here. If she
Okay,
has
but wait a minute,
another,
stop, stop,
that
stop,
means
stop, stop,
all.
stop.
Hmm.
What do you mean one child? I don't understand that. What do you mean one child lives and one child dies? Like, what
Okay,
kind of
she's
craziness is that?
triage, triage, where you got to decide, make a decision on who you can save.
Yeah, but
And
why is she mad? I don't understand. Okay, this is what.
okay,
Okay, you're
okay,
not telling me. Hold on one second. You're not telling me why she's making this decision. You're not saying, well, she's making the decision because she's poor and can't take care of the baby, or
I
she's
thought
making
that
the
was
decision because
obvious.
the father don't want the child. You're not telling me any of that stuff.
Okay, I thought it was being obvious. The only reason
How is it
she
obvious? You're not saying anything. You're just saying, well, you know, one child lives or one child dies. Obvious about what?
okay, then it's obvious that she can't afford to take care of both of them if she's making a decision to kill one. That's the only reason why.
And so
That's
you
the only
saying
thing
that
that
so that's an acceptable decision
I ain't
because you
saying this.
can't take it. Oh, okay, so because she can't take care of a child. What about other people? Other people can take care of the child
Um, well, she don't trust the system, and in her mind, it still be just as effective of killing her child.
so then we should put her in jail
No, we should. Okay, we should.
because here's the thing:
Mhm.
if we're going to say that it's acceptable to kill someone because you can't afford them, okay, then we may as well get rid of certain laws in this country.
Okay, it's okay. Look, all right, all right. She's too poor to afford birth control. You do know birth control is not free, right? You gotta pay
Um,
for
there's a so-called black man that thinks Margaret Sanger is a hero because of birth control.
that. Okay, that has nothing to do with her. She's got to deal with the person that's right in front of her. She can't
Okay,
afford birth control.
so she doesn't want to have a child because she can't afford it. Now,
No, 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 no. She she can't. Okay, she can't not afford to take care of both. She either doesn't have
I
the
don't.
money to feed them,
That's
or she
not.
don't have the, or she
That's
has to
not.
work. She has to work, and she
That's
can't
not
afford
grounds
childcare.
for. That's not grounds for no damn abortion.
If you add them all up, okay, yes,
I don't
it's.
care if you can't afford it. You
Mhm.
should have thought about that before you got pregnant. We have to understand that these are human lives. These are not pairs of pants or pairs of shoes or, frisbees or bicycle helmets. These are real human lives. And these
Okay,
human lives have value and they are important. You don't get to say, well, I'm going to kill this one because I can't afford it. You should have
okay.
thought about that before you got pregnant.
Or she could be having a raisin in the sun situation, where she has a man, she has a husband, the child's her children's father, and they can barely make it.
Well, then
As
they
the
shouldn't be. Okay, here's my looks. I'm not. I don't care about any of that.
but you got to take that into account.
I'm not taking none of that into account. You're
Okay,
supposed to know the difference between right and wrong. You are an adult. You know that you're poor. You cannot take care of more kids. Then don't make one.
Mhm.
Don't you don't get to have sex and feel good and create another life and then snuff that life out because you felt, well, we couldn't afford them anyway.
Okay. All right. So she's married or 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 in a relationship with a man and they can't afford the birth control, whether condoms or they did have it and it didn't work and they had a baby. Okay, they doing what they can for the baby and they taking they working, they trying to work things out, and then she's pregnant again.
Hmm.
Hmm. Now they barely scraping by with one child.
I don't care about none of that. I'm
Okay,
not.
so that's
I
why
have
I
no
said
sympathy. I have no sympathy
okay.
whatsoever
That's why I.
because you know better.
Mm-hmm,
You know that you can barely afford the kid you have now.
mm-hmm.
You know better.
Okay, so okay, all right, okay. Say she keeps the child. She can't afford daycare or anything like that, and she has to make a horrible choice of either leaving the child at home by himself or somehow managing to take the child to work,
Okay,
and
I don't
she's not
understand.
losing
I
her
don't
job.
understand. I don't understand something here.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong with the mental health here? Okay, do we have? It's a mental issue. If you decide to keep the child, you
Mhm.
can't feed the child.
Mhm.
You can't get daycare, so it's an easy decision. Give the
Okay,
child up for adoption.
and the child doesn't get adopted.
Take the child over to children and youth. Drop the child off at a fire department and say, I
Mhm.
cannot take care of this child. They will take the
So
child into custody and they will find good people for the child.
okay, in the meantime, she's not getting no medical care because she can't afford the doctor or
Take the child to
I'm
DIFAS,
talking about
children and
her being able
youth.
to give birth healthily. She got a doctor or midwife or somebody. She can't afford any of that.
What you're trying to do is trying to find a way to abort the child.
No, I'm telling you, these are the choices that being
And
laid out and left to some of them.
I'm telling you, I'm not impressed by any of those choices. Those choices could have been avoided.
Y- yes, if somebody informed them earlier, like, look, shouldn't
I
live
don't
together.
look.
You shouldn't have
You're
children.
an
If you
adult.
can't afford birth control, you should not have
You're an,
sex.
First of all, nobody should have to tell you anything. You're an adult. You should
Who said?
know better.
Who said they were adult when this all started?
I don't care. You shouldn't be having children you cannot take care of.
But yet they
Okay.
happen.
What?
Yet they happen. Okay. All right. So when okay. All right. To avoid this this situation, women should not have sex, get involved, fall in love, marry a man who cannot afford to take care of kids.
More ice.
Um
Let me get you some more ice, okay?
and and she definitely shouldn't live together because hey, that just making closer proximity and more likelihood that you will create a child. Um, because you're gonna want to have sex because y'all right there with each other. It doesn't matter if you can't afford to live in a place separately. Um, you should find female roommates, and y'all come together to pay rent that way. Um, Men, y'all can't afford to have no family, no woman, uh, and y'all can't afford to get condoms or pay for her birth control. Then do not have sex with women or women. Do not have sex. I'm sorry. Um, you know, until you can afford to take care of a family. You know, I don't care if you love her, you want to marry her. No, until you can afford to have a family, do not live each other with each other, because that close proximity, y'all more likely to have sex. You're more likely to have unprotected sex. Hmm.
One second, then. Give me a minute.
And I don't care if some people are able to, pulling out is not a good way to prevent
Now,
pregnancy,
now,
because
now,
you
now,
can
you were
hurt.
saying that women shouldn't have sex
Hmm.
with men about what now?
I said they shouldn't get involved, have sex, don't live with, and don't marry a man who cannot afford a family.
I agree.
Hmm.
I agree. Women, y'all shouldn't. Y'all heard what she said. Y'all shouldn't get involved or live with or deal with a guy that can't afford a family.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. And if you,
Like guys like Brian Palmer and Ramil.
yeah, they about just having sex, and they can't afford a family. Um, you will be left with them, and you're gonna be trying to fight to get child support. And the longer you stay involved with them, the more children you end up having, which you gonna put you in a position to have to make a choice like that. But those guys are easy to see. It's the ones that you like. Uh, they they nice enough guys. They good guys. They even would be good fathers, but they can't afford a family. You know, if they cannot uh live and take care of themselves on their own by themselves, then they sure as heck can't do it with you and the children. And they'll try. They will earnestly try. And y'all probably
Okay,
be able to
so
do it with one child, but when a second child comes, and a second child will come because y'all
now,
living
now,
together. Hmm.
now, yeah, this is what I'm saying now. Guys like Brian Palmer and Ramil,
They're easy to
these are
spot.
men. These are men that women should never procreate with. You should never have sex with men like Ramil, Brian Palmer, Cyber Supreme, Game Changer. These are men you should never have sex with. These are the worst men out here. You shouldn't procreate with people like this. And I agree, women need to start pulling back, stop living with these dudes, shacking up with these dudes, and they're getting you pregnant. They don't want to take care of these kids.
It's gonna sound weird, but you gotta take into account that, hey, I'm living with a man. If I get pregnant, he may not be there. Let's think of it as he won't be
So we look at Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade has been overturned. Now, it's not the home run yet. Okay, it's not the home run, but it will be. It's the beginning of the home run. There's work to be done. Okay, and there are some states, as we speak, working towards hitting that home run and abandon. They're talking about abandoning abortion. Period. Which is a home run. Then what am I? I'm pro-life, of course. I'm proud to be pro-life. I believe that life begins at conception because life develops in stages. There has to be a beginning to life. You just can't sit up here and say life begins at 20 weeks and don't count the development it took to get to that point. You just want to throw that out and act like that didn't exist. That's like saying you want the egg without the yolk, right? You want to take the yolk out of the egg, right? No, doesn't work that way. Life begins at conception. And I don't even get into argument with retarded people that believe that, well, they only count that the baby can survive outside the mother's womb. So if it can't survive, then it's not a life. At some point, nobody could survive outside their mother's womb. We all started that way. We all start, and we can't survive outside of our mother's womb for a long period of time. Okay? Because we're in our early stages of development. No, we can't survive outside the womb. And to make a stupid ass argument like that goes to tell you how much hatred a person has for human life. RBR makes a stupid ass fucking argument like that. But he hates black children. He hates black people. He's a baby killer. Nobody could survive outside their mother's womb. Okay? Everybody starts like that. Not being able to survive outside your mother's womb. What does that even mean? Well, you can't survive. Nobody could at one point. And the very people who are brainwashed and who are telling you this shit, they were in the same state. They couldn't survive outside their mother's womb at one point either.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
So, what's my take on Roe v. Wade? Well, I think it's a long time coming, and I don't have a problem with it. I think they should give it an abortion. I know people won't agree with me. People are going to say, well, what about rape? And people are going to say, what about a woman's right to choose? You can still have a woman's right to choose. You just can't choose to kill somebody. And of course, we're still going to get after those who rape women. We're still going to get after them. But no, you can still choose whatever you want. You just can't choose to take somebody's life. That's not right. Who are you to choose to take somebody's life? Who do you think you are? What if somebody chooses to take your life? What if you're just sitting there minding your business, having a taco, chilling with your friends, and somebody decides to come up and say, you know what, I'm about to take your life. Why? Because I chose to. You think you would be cool with that? What do you think? They think they'd be cool with that?
No, no, they wouldn't be cool with that.
So who the hell do y'all think y'all are choosing to take somebody's life? You don't get to do that. So no, you can right body, your choice, and all that other stuff, right? But that life isn't yours. That life belongs to that human, and that human has the right to live. And I don't want to hear about, well, it's not a human. Shut the fuck up. So, Roe v. versus Wade. I don't know, man. I have some mixed emotions about it. I want them to follow up. I want those states to come down pretty hard.
Hmm.
And eventually, this is going to be a home run. It's not a home run yet. It's the beginning. They needed this to implement other stuff. So eventually, it's going to be a home run all across the United States. At some point, there ain't going to be abortion anywhere in America. This is not that now, but it will turn into that, I believe. This is the beginning of that. And I, for one, would be extremely happy. A big victory for pro life. And you baby killers can go and bury your head in the sand somewhere. Okay? Dang.
Okay. All right. But I think also more needs to be done. Okay. I'm gonna read something that my governor had said, and I agree with him on this. Being pro-life means more than just being against abortion. It means providing the necessary resources, implementing policies that provide real options, and not just lip service to the
No, stop.
children and
No, no, no,
women
no,
and
no,
families.
no,
What?
no, no,
What?
no,
What?
no, no, no. No. Because here's the problem, right? Then
Hmm.
that means that you fools who don't want to do anything, don't want to think for yourselves, right? Want to take the easy way out, and want to do effed up shit. You get to blame somebody else for your bad decisions.
Uh huh.
You get to say because we're pro life, then we got to provide all this for you. Now fuck that. We ain't got to provide all or nothing for you. You're a grown ass adult. You need to provide your own sound and clear decisions. That's what you need to provide. They will sit up here and babysit you or kiss your ass and because you want to make an effed up decision. Go ahead.
All right. And not just lip service to children, women, and families we are blessed to serve. Now more than ever, it's critical that Louisiana funds services to support women, children, and family throughout their lives, which is why I'm expanding health care throughout our Medicaid program and lobbying for measures to make sure workers are paid better and more fairly. It's also why I supported better funding for Louisiana public education system, including early childhood education. I believe all people should have the opportunity to see and start with providing a strong foundation early in life. Make no mistake, there's much more that we can do to support women, children, and families, and I hope that my fellow pro life public officials will join me in these efforts in the coming months and years.
Mm. I think the problem is too, man. Feminists are saying that this is a blow for women's rights. No, it's not. It's been never a woman's right to kill children. That was never a woman's right. You never had that right to run around here and kill children.
Uh-huh.
So, and to me, those women that are complaining like that, to me, are no different than the manosphere. You're saying that you can't be responsible. So children have to die because you can't be responsible. Innocent lives have to be taken because you can't be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I'm concerned, they are no different than the manosphere. They are just as derelict as the manosphere. You are telling me, well, you are promiscuous and you cannot regulate your own private parts.
Okay.
So, right, and so you are irresponsible.
Okay. Yeah, and that person's still going to be irresponsible. Or even if they choose to, I'm going to give up this child, turn it in over to the child over to the state. And then they get pregnant again. And I'm going to turn that one over to the state. And then they
See,
get pregnant again.
see, again, you're talking about, well, it's your body, your body. This is not about your body.
Mm-hmm.
This is about innocent life. And you've never had the right to take innocent life. You've never had that right.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how society condemns murder on one end and condones it on the other.
Can I sit behind your table for a minute?
Mhm.
I'm with some.
Just because someone have a baby doesn't mean you were you were sleeping around. Oh, I know that. But for
No, I'm
every
not talking
person,
about that. I'm saying,
oh, I think she's talking towards me, Max. But yeah. But for every woman that don't sleep around because she has a baby, there are those that do,
well, what I'm saying is this
and
here.
they're
You
using
don't get to, hello.
mhm.
You don't get to sit up here and protest and say it's a blow to women's rights when it has never been a woman's right to take an innocent life. That's never been a woman's right. It's never been a woman's right to kill innocent children. That's never been a woman's right. And if you have an issue with a decision, then are you saying that you're irresponsible? You can't make, responsible decisions when it comes to appropriation? Are you saying that you're no different than the manosphere?
Okay, okay, use the word promiscuous. I think he's referring to women who's using abortion, like as birth control.
Well, those people who are calling them bullet bags and stuff like that, I don't know who's doing that, We don't do that here. Okay, we care about black kids over here. We care about black people over here. I don't know who's calling who's bullied, but whoever doing that, um, I don't know what that's about. I think that's the second time I heard somebody say bullet bag. Um, I don't know what's going on with that. All right, we don't condone that over here, and we do care about black kids over here.
Oh, okay. BMT did that. Mama Rain said BMT.
DMT called who bullet bags? Who you called the bullet bag?
Uh, single mothers.
Called single mothers a bullet bag?
Who really cares? Yeah, she says, who really cares about baby life when people are calling kids
Yes.
of single mothers bullet bags? And then she says BMT did that. Mm, yeah. Wow. That's horrible. Uh, I'm not a fan of abortion, but in case of, okay, yes, a lot of states are in case of emergency in the life of the mother. Uh, a lot of states have those exceptions in place. Even with there's only one or two states that I've seen where there's no exception across the board. Not even if the life of the mother is in danger. Mhm. Nope, they're not making exceptions for rape and incest. Just if the mother's life is in danger, or if it's going to compromise her health or her Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Compromise her. Let's see. How did they put that? Let's see. Save the life of the person, or prevent a serious impairment. Save the life of the mother, or prevent serious impairment. Yeah, like um like there was a lady who gave birth, and there was some kind of problem, and she didn't get enough oxygen to the brain, so she was impaired. Um, she lived, but she was impaired. Let's see, 10-year-old girl was impregnated, and Kentucky won't allow her to have an abortion. Yeah, because it don't because their law, the Kentucky, let's see, Kentucky law. Let's see. Yeah, I passed it up. Let's see, where was it? I saw Kentucky. Okay, yeah, Kentucky has a trigger ban that went into effect, which prohibits all abortion except to save the life of the pregnant person or prevent serious impairment. There's no exception for rape and incest. No, they're not. There's no exception. Well, there's no saying that she will. Um, yes, I've heard of 10 and 12 year olds getting pregnant. Either either the child's given up for adoption, or the parents adopt the child and they raise the child. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of these trigger laws are going back to an older law took effect with the ban. But I was happy to read that Louisiana had not taken down the abortion pill. I think, or was it Plan B? They they're trying to make all contraceptives available. Yeah. Well, I think the one they're referring to is the one that prevents the the egg from attaching the to the uterus. Yeah, so I think there's going to be an increase in abortion. Eventually, they looking to remove the one for the Plan B or the morning after pill, something like that. But as of right now, it's
Give me a
still
minute, Dan. I'll be right
available.
back.
Oh, okay.
All right, and so for the time being, yeah, the morning after pill is still available. But for how long? Because they, as I said, they are trying to put laws in effect that Plan B birth control. Yes, you can have all the birth control you want. But Plan B is like after conception. So so now if they're gonna make birth control free, that eliminate a lot of that because although I think Medicaid is helping with that, but we're talking about the working poor. Sometimes that's the issue because they make
Please leave your message after the tone.
they make a little too much. Yeah, they make a little too much to or they don't have a good insurance plan and it don't cover the birth control, or it covers only a certain type of birth control, which might not work for them. Well, we don't want no abortion, but we hear the disrespect that single mothers have to deal with on the platform for having a baby without marriage. Shooks, Shooks is even on to the ones that had it with marriage. They sweeping that all across the board. Oh, the Plan B is before conception. Yeah. So yeah. But there is a birth control. I mean, it is a abortion pill. I think that's the one that they're trying to get off the books. To to remove that. Okay, but it depends on how you see. If you see it as um as a moment of conception, sperm meets egg, fertilized, then they will consider that in a kind of a birth control pill. Plan B. Yeah, because if it's before conception, why you need it? Plan B. That's for in case something goes wrong, the condom broke type situation, or y'all was too drunk, too high, and too inebriated to remember to use any form of birth control or condoms or whatever. Somebody didn't pull out. Although I thought that was ridiculous. You can get pregnant from pre cum. Let's see. But thanks, verbal. It depends on how the people are seeing it in the state. But then again, we always had a state was always very strict about birth control. Yeah. hmm So they might leave it alone, or they might not, since nobody knows for a fact whether she conceived or not. Is this a just in case? Yeah. hmm So so I think that's that up in the air thing. But right now, they got a halt on on the abortion ban because we got too many conflicting laws on the books, and they don't know which ones to enforce, or they don't want to accidentally um, penalize or jail somebody because of the right laws not in place. So we got too many trigger laws in place. So they're gonna have to make a decision which trigger laws is being enforced. And so in the meantime, all bans on abortion is temporarily halted until we get that straightened out. If you're already pregnant, it won't work. I know some people that have tried it, and when you do it when you're already pregnant, it becomes an abortion pill. Shucks, I knew some people to take an overdose of their birth control pills just to do what the Plan B does. Yeah, there are going to be some people that's going to use stuff incorrectly. Hey, why you think we got drug addicts? That was pain medication, operation medicine that got abused.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh,
I
okay.
did
No, it
take
doesn't.
this.
Oh, there's an abortion pill, and Plan B is not
Okay,
it.
now
Okay. Thanks for the information, verbal.
I
I
can't
didn't
see the
know that.
chat, so
Okay.
gauge the chat for me. What was Mama Rain saying? And
Okay.
then
Well, let me back
and
up
shout
to
out to
Mama.
the verbal assassin if she's in the chat. Um,
Let's see.
what was Mama Rain
Okay.
saying?
Mama Rain says we don't want an abortion, but we hear the disrespect that single mothers have to deal with on this platform for having a baby without marriage.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Slow your roll. We're not here. Okay, what platform? She can't be talking about this platform.
I think she's talking about YouTube or a black
Oh, okay,
side of
okay, cause
YouTube.
we're not. We don't. We fight for the single mother over here, Mama Ray. You know, I've made several shows saying that if it wasn't for the single black mother, we would have nothing at all. Okay, so nah, we're not disrespecting. We don't allow no disrespect over here to the single mothers and stuff like that. I know Charlene had her little shows where she had some, manosphere dudes over here because for some reason she's liberal and so she don't see things as, pro-black or anything like that. So, but that's not this kind of show. But no, we don't.
Yeah, she said she didn't say you, Max.
Oh, okay, because we don't. We absolutely love our single black mothers, and it's a shame that they get treated the way they get treated. Like I said, if we don't have the single black mother, we're lost as a race of people, period. Because the single black father or the black father, he done failed. He failed a long time ago. He's nowhere to be found. He's not even in the picture, you know. And these new school guys, they're not fit to be fathers, man. They don't even know what the hell a father is. Anytime you got a grown ass man with kids running around here talking about some pump and dump and these bit, come on. Come on. When y'all watch that video, did it seem to you that the 2 men in that video were responsible fathers? I mean, did they sound like responsible fathers? Did they sound like men who really knew what it was to raise children? You make stupid ass videos like pump and dump. But no, I say abortion because of the innocent life, pro-life. Life begins at conception. All human beings begin that way. Life has to have a beginning. We don't get to say the early stages of development are disregarded and then show up 20 weeks later and say this is life. No. It was life at conception. That's how it got to the 20 weeks. And you got fools like RBR who don't believe that we're humans because we can't survive outside our mother's womb. Well, all of us were like that at one point. At one point, none of us could survive outside of our mother's womb. RBR, you couldn't survive outside your mother's womb at one point either. So that's not an argument. It's just a fucking argument of hatred. I've never seen so many people who were hell-bent on murdering children. Evil people that are so evil, right, that they tell you you're evil. Simply because, so you won't realize that they're evil. So they don't have to suffer you calling them evil. They'll say you evil first. Evil ass people, man. Baby killers.
Okay.
So Roe v. Wade. Again, it isn't the home run that we expect it to be later on, but it's the beginning of the home run. Eventually, abortion will be banned permanently. And I can't say that I'm going to be broken up about it. Gauge the chat. What's going on there?
Okay. They stopped chatting as they listened to you, but some of the stuff we were talking about earlier. Let me see. Let me back it up a little bit. Okay, a lot of states are not making exceptions for rape and incest. Actually, quite a few, more than I thought before. I saw
because grape is something that they need to reconsider. Because now you're talking about a woman who's been taken against her will. I can't get on board with that. Grape has to be reconsidered. I don't agree with them taking grape off the table. It's a horrible thing when a woman is taken against her will. So they have to reconsider grape. I don't agree with the states who takes. Matter of fact, I think that's outright disrespectful, and you don't care about your women if you're taking grape off the table. Okay, because now you're giving that woman a double whammy. She was taken against her will and was made pregnant against her will. Now she's being forced to have the child against her will. So it's wrong all the way around. So no, definitely don't take grape off the table. So I disagree with those states who are taking grape off the table. You know, as far as incest, no. Stop having sex with your brother and sisters. Stop having sex with your damn brothers and sisters and learn how to have sex with other people.
Max.
Go outside and meet people that aren't your brother and sister. Like, excuse me, this person down here that is not related to you, it's okay to have sex with? There's your chat, Dave. What's going on?
Okay, so let me see. Mama Rain said, I did not see your video, Max. I came in late. Um, Verbal was saying hi. Hi
Hey,
back.
Purple. What's up, baby?
And she was clearing up the misconception about the abortion pill and Plan B. She's saying they're two different things.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Abortion pill is exactly what it sounds like, but Plan B is for accident, like the condom broke. Y'all too intoxicated to use birth control or something like that. But it's not an abortion pill.
I say that people have to become more responsible. It's really not hard, people. It's not hard.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mama Rain says fathers and uncles are included in the incest, and so that's a little bit more like rape than it is just incest, because that's an authority figure to the child.
I agree.
Hmm.
I agree.
Hmm. So it would fall under the lines of great.
Matter of fact, a lot of that went on during the silent generation. A lot of fathers raped their daughters routinely, and the mothers couldn't do anything about it because the mothers didn't have any rights. And the mothers could get beat to death by their husbands, and the husbands wouldn't face any charges. So a lot of that went on in the silent generation where the woman had to sit by and watch her husband or deal or endure her husband raping his own daughter. You saw that in The Color Purple too, right?
Oh yeah.
Them old nasty ass niggas in there, man. Right?
Hmm.
Remember Nettie?
Yeah.
Remember Nettie?
Uh-huh.
Remember her old ass father?
Hmm.
Talking about some um when Danny Glover went over his house, talking about, he's like, who are you? He said, I'm the one to come marry your Nettie. It's a grown ass man coming to marry a little girl. And the father wasn't even tripping about it. He was on some shit like, I could let you have Celie She old, but she can sew and cook and tend children. But Natty, you flat out can't have. Not now, not never. He wanted to have sex with his own daughter. So you talking about something that was common at one point? This is like he's trying to tell people, man. The black woman has endured more than you can possibly imagine. The black woman has endured way more than the black man has endured. Not only has the black woman endured slavery, but she's endured countless humiliation, brutality by her own husbands, brothers, uncles. I mean, just constant disrespect, stabbing in the back, dishonesty, betrayal. It's a long list. And then the women, the black women of that era, what can they do? I mean, they talk like this. He got on top of her and did his business. That's the way the women talked back then because they didn't know any better. They didn't have any rights. They didn't know how to fight back. They couldn't fight back. And so grown ass men like Danny Glover can come to a man's house talking about marrying one of his little daughters. And his only fucking problem with it was, right? He didn't want him marrying the one that he wanted to have sex with. Ain't that some shit? They
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's horrible, disgusting.
so the incest with black people has a very ugly history. It's a very, very, very ugly history. Um, there were more black male perverts than you think. There were more black male child molesters than you think. And rapists. A lot of black men were rapists back then. There's a lot of grape going on. Unreported grape. And so you have the men for today, they want to go back to that. They don't like the fact that women have rights. Even though we all always fight, even though we all keep saying, how dare you have a ladies' night? Like, that's a problem. The ladies can't have a ladies' night. They hate the fact that we have a ladies' night over here for you ladies. He says that shit all the time. You got a ladies' night. But yet he has a women's channel that he's probably gonna get some crazy ass women over there soon. But we can't have a ladies' night. We can't have shit for women. But I agree with Mama Rain. The incest with black people is pretty bad. And it does involve the uncles and the fathers and the grandfathers and stuff. It does. Imagine today, right? How old was Natty back then, Dan? How old you think Natty was in that movie?
I think she was about 12.
So Natty 12
12 or
years old.
13.
Natty 12 years old. Okay? Imagine a grown ass man showing up at your door talking about he want to marry your 12-year-old daughter. And this motherfucker damn near in his 40s. I mean, how you gonna deal with that? Huh?
Oh, she was saying Nettie was 12 and Celie was 13 in the book. The book that gave more details, they kind of adjusted the age in the movie.
So you got a guy like Danny Glover in the movie, had to be more than 30 plus years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows up. I'm the man that's gonna marry you. And he already got kids, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the man that's gonna marry you now. Your daughter 12 years old. You know what else was a movie that exposed that? You ever see Eve's Bayou?
Uh-huh.
Eve's Bayou exposed black incest as well. A lot of black men were perverts, pedophiles. A lot of black men were rapists. And a lot of them rapists were married. A lot of black women were married to rapists. You know. So yeah, I mean, I agree with Mama Rain. We the the incest is pretty bad. It would be considered great. Oh, name, where's the link at?
Oh, here we go.
We're gonna drop the link for a little bit, y'all, before we get out of here. Y'all can come on up, hang out with us.
Oh, shoots.
Give us your thoughts on Roe v. Roe v. Wade. This is David the Black Knight. We don't do this show that much, y'all. We do it every once in a while. When me and the Damester feel like talking, we'll come and do this show. But we wanted to give you our thoughts on Roe v. Wade. Dang, I never did get your take on it though. You know how I stand on it. What was your take?
Um, I wasn't surprised that it overturned. I was expecting it to happen once the censors came out about the 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 low birth rate and the decline, and some places zero. Nothing has changed. Didn't have enough births to exceed the deaths. So I knew that was gonna come about. That was gonna change. Um, and since it was always kind of hard to get an abortion, and it got to be a serious, very, very powerful undertaking. A lot of people I know, women ain't, women, families, not abortion, But then again, I've seen a few where it has happened. Surprised me the ones that have, but so I wasn't surprised that it was overturned. But I was thinking, that they need to be more choices. If they're gonna remove something like abortion, they gotta up the and make birth control more easily available. You know, um, it's going to take time for people to adjust because too many people is thinking of that as an option as a form of birth control, and I didn't like that idea. No way should abortion be considered like a birth control pill. No, that is a horrible, horrible choice and need to be taken in all kind of seriousness. It's like you contemplating murdering somebody because you're killing your child. That is hard, and that stays with the mother forever. The guilt, even when there is a good reason, let alone just because you don't want to have a kid. You know.
Hmm.
Mhm. Um. So no one makes that lightly, and it should be taken lightly like that. And that's what it has
And
become. Hmm.
and it's unfortunate because we still gonna have people who are going to do it the wrong way,
Uh-huh.
regardless. They're not gonna care about anything. They're gonna continue to push the envelope. Some people don't know when to quit, man. They don't know when to stop. They just keep pushing. You know, gauge the chat. What's going on?
Let me see. Okay. Mama Rain said, yeah, that Eve's Bayou was a crazy movie. Rodney came in and said hi. Tanya Sweat says Oprah did a show on a family whose father was jailed for messing with his daughters. Hmm.
Yeah, that's now though. They go to jail now, but imagine in the silent generation. What?
Oh no, go ahead. I was just co-signing.
Yeah, imagine when they didn't go to jail, when women had no rights. You know, they didn't go to jail for that. That's
Half
why
the
they
time you
did
wasn't
it.
even mention it.
Yeah, that's why they did it so much. They didn't go to jail for that. I still can't get over that part in The Color Purple. And
Good thing you didn't read the book.
I'm
Too
just
much.
saying though, this is a. I'm just saying though, you're a father. You have a 12-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old daughter, and a grown 30-plus-year-old man coming to myself. He wanted to marry one of them,
Hmm.
and the only problem you got is the one that he wants to marry. Is the one you want to have sex with. I mean, is that coming out right, or am I saying that wrong?
No, you're not saying that wrong.
You got a over 30. This man got a family, probably 40 some years old. Talking about he the man that want to marry your daddy. And the only reason why you saying hell no is because you want to have sex with her too.
Yep, that's the only reason.
Like you're not disgusted. You ain't throwing a broom at this man. You ain't throwing hands.
You ain't
You
pulling
ain't
out
getting
your
your
gun,
yeah. You
saying you
ain't
gonna
getting
be
your
on my property.
shotgun. Talking about get from around here. Don't come around here no more. You ain't doing none of that. You want some? Well, I can let you have Silly. She's old, but she can cook and sew and tend children. But Natty, you flat out can't have. Not now, not never. I could have did that, man.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with Tanya. The book um would have pissed you off even more because there's details that they couldn't translate or get across in the movie, or they cut out because
I'm pretty sure they did because that scene right there got me fucked up. Like, you're like, hold on, dude. This is a grown ass man with a farm, a whole farm, and chilling. One of his children is a grown ass man. So this man's at least 40 some years old plus. Okay? Wasn't Harpo his son?
yeah, Harpo was his son.
So this man, Harpo was his son. Then he had younger kids. And he shows up talking about some, I'm the one that's gonna marry your natty. And you didn't get your shotgun or nothing after this motherfucker.
Well, I'm assuming because it was normal practice back then for them to marry off the 12 and 13-year-old girls.
To a grown ass 45, 50-year-old man,
The way they
maybe
see
to a
it,
20, maybe to an 18, 19-year-old, but a 40, no.
or the way they see it, he would be better than a 14, 19-year-old because he proven that he got his own land, uh, and that he could provide. So it wasn't that unusual back then. Although some fathers would think that's too young, 12, 13. Some did, some didn't. Some would be like, she's too young. That's still a baby. She's still a baby in my household. No, some of them was 16 and some of them was 18. Or they had plans. No, she's going to college. She's not just going to be cooking and cleaning your house. Yeah, he did already have sex with Celia when her mama got sick.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. I had to put that book down for a while after that part. The line he said to Celia that she was going to do what her mother can't, and then she had to keep that from her mama because her mama suspected something, but she was sick.
I mean, what kind of niggas, what kind of uneducated backwater niggas was these, man? Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Well, he didn't see Celie and Nettie as children. I ain't making no excuses, but
these were
he was
predators,
her
man.
stepfather. hmm
These guys were predators.
Oh yeah,
Wait a minute, you said that was a stepfather.
yeah. Come to find out, what happened was their biological dad died a horrible death, and their mother saw it and she went crazy. And it turns out their stepfather looked kind of like their biological father, so she accepted him as her husband, and she kept telling the children, "That's your daddy." So they were young enough, Nettie and Celie, that they just accepted it, and so they thought he was their dad. But for years, didn't find out till he died. No, yeah. Nettie didn't find out till she ran away, and then and Celia years later when she finally read the letters. That's why that scene, Paul's not my Paul. My children ain't my brother and sister.
Mhm.
hmm That was another thing, the shame that 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 she slept with her father and she had children, and that she had to lie to her mother while she was sick and dying.
Mm.
Well, yeah, well, that's why she had lost her mind. Their mother had lost her mind. She witnessed her husband being killed horribly, and she lost her mind. And so when this man came along, he was about their land, the property, and the woman. And then when she got too sick from having all his kids, um, that's when he went after Celie. Yeah, yeah. Remy is saying, um, that yeah. Max wants to go now. Okay, Remy's saying, I will be single before I allow any man around my children who's not their father. Sick mofos. And she got all kind of cursing emojis going on. Hell, these days you have to watch the father as well. Sad, sad face.
Man, them
These
guys
these
were
dad was killed and their
them
mother went
guys.
crazy and her
So
stepfather stole the land and resources from them.
so there was a time where the black man was nothing but a predator.
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them were predators. Not saying all of them, but a lot of them were predators.
Hmm.
And they preyed over their own. They preyed on their own daughters for crying out loud.
Hmm.
I tell you, man, the black woman has endured. She has endured.
And yeah, and the sons and daughters grew up seeing this. If they didn't experience, they saw it going on around them, and that's why
Hmm.
there was such a push for their daughters to not go through what they went through, go to college, be able to take care of yourself. Don't depend on a
Yeah,
man for survival. When you
helped.
marry for love, because you love that
That
person.
really helped black women out. That really got black women out of a bind when they were able to vote, when they were able to get work. That really got them out of a bind because now they can come out from under that tyranny and oppression that black men had them under. And then when the laws came down, now you can lock guys up now for all this incest and grape, but at one point you couldn't. These guys were straight predators, man. What's going on in the chat, man?
Um, Tanya was clarifying and is saying that Celia and Nettie's dad was killed and their mom went crazy and stepfather stole the land and resources from them. And Remy says, don't have to worry about the white man when the enemy is possibly in your home.
True. In this case, the enemy was in the home. The enemy was in the home. Hold on. The enemy was in the home, y'all. It's a shame that black women had to endure such a horrible time and are still enduring horrible times. Now you have the pump and dump era. You have the manosphere. You have sissy bims. You have red pill. And these men have taken up arms against the black woman. Even though many of them are verbal, some have become physical and have manifested into real life. And what has the black woman done to these men? Nothing. The black woman is just simply a beautiful person that everybody wants control over. Everybody wants to bring this goddess to heal.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay, my great grandmother told me that we needed education so we wouldn't live like she did. That's Tanya's with her great grandmother.
well,
They
I
found
don't know.
that she was
Well,
great.
I don't know. I don't know so much as education. I just think it's knowledge.
Mm,
You know, to me, knowledge and education are two different things. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think you just need the knowledge of what's going on. You know, knowledge and understanding.
hmm And Remy says that is why these dudes don't like movies or books like The Color Purple expose them for who they are.
Right. I think that we have to have these books because we have to face our true history in order to correct it. You know, we cannot raise proper young boys if we cannot tell them the truth. Okay? We have to tell them the truth of how horrible black men used to be. We cannot raise them properly without giving them a foundation of the truth. We should review that book one day, The Color. But now I want to read the book because I want to see what else was in there. I still
Okay.
can't get past that one scene. I'm still harping on that one scene, man. I'm the one that's gonna marry your net. I can't get past. I'm still stuck on that.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, I might maybe then we might want to do. Well, you know what? We should
Do a
start doing
breakdown of
book.
the book. Hmm.
Yeah, start reading and see what's going on. Like we read a little bit and talk about it because I'm curious about the book now. What else
Uh-huh.
is in there?
Mm. I wish I could get a hold. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it. It should be at my library before they start making the movie, because the book came out first, and after the movie came out, they started editing the books towards the movie.
And then when you look at check this out, right? When you look at okay, what are black men doing right now? Right? They're doing nothing. They're on social media doing nothing. Nothing. What does RBR does to help black people? Other than call black people dumb and stupid and tell us about some money he'll never get, $90 billion. That's not helping black people. What does Red Supreme do for black people? Nothing. These dudes get online and they rail against black women. That's all they do. That's their contribution to black society. They don't have any other contribution. Okay? And when you put these guys' feet to the fire, right, it doesn't change anything. Well, one or two of them may tell you, well, I got boots on the ground. All right. Okay, where are these boots at? What ground you on? What are you doing over there? What's cracking? You know? I been doing nothing, man. I done got sick of listening to panels now. Seriously, man, because it's the same shit. Like they're all sitting up there, like they got something really smart to say, that's going to help black people. And none of it helps black people. How the hell you going to sit up there for hours and speak gibberish and bullshit? Then got the nerve to say at the end, what's the solution? Okay?
Well, as I said one time before, the solution is to blame the black woman. Oh, the black woman accountable. We holding y'all accountable.
I mean, my gen culture is not even where I wanted to be yet. It's not making the kind of impact that I wanted to have yet. So I have to work on it. But even my gen culture is not the end all be all. I'm going to need a lot more help than my gen culture because we're fighting against a force like pimp culture. So I need a lot of help to combat pimp culture. And we have a lot of black men who are ripe for evil because evil is easy. It's easy to be evil. You have a lot of support being evil. Look at RBR. He gets support for being evil. So why should he stop being evil? Black men today are easily corrupted. Easily corrupted. Easy to turn into sellouts. There is no pride anymore. There is no integrity. There is really no black power anymore. The people who are screaming black power doesn't even know what it means. Okay? So the black man on social media has reduced himself to a chatterbox. Now, you have a brother here and there trying to teach. Okay? For the most part, it's nothing but hatred. And I've never seen so much hatred for black women in my whole life. You can't even say anything positive about a black woman without being called a simp or weak by non-productive black men. A productive black man has never called me a simp. I've never been called out of my name by productive black men. I've only been called out of my name by non-productive black men. I've only been insulted by non-productive black men. non-productive. Okay, and so this whole thing about and Red Supreme really tripping me out. Like this guy is hell bent every day trying to get people to turn against black women. It's like he's brown nosing for a first class prize up the cracker master's ass. He wants to have the first nose in the best position to smell the most shit, right? You got guys like RBR, who's a bootlicker, okay? Lick boots so badly that he has the hard ER tattooed on the bottom of his tongue. So, it kind of makes me wonder, what kind of black people are these? I've never seen black people like this before, especially black men. I've never been around black men who hated black women. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, my patience has gone away. My tolerance has gone away. I can no longer tolerate a conversation with a black man who blames the black woman for everything. I can't entertain them conversations anymore. I'm no longer built like that. Okay.
Right. Tanya has a question. She
Mm-hmm.
says, so if a man like my husband is a simp for marrying me with another man's child, does it make me a simpette for me raising his kids from his first marriage? What the hell?
Yeah. According to them, yeah, you would be a simpet or a mammy or something. You're either gonna be a simpet or a mammy, something, or wannabe. No, what is it? A pick me? What? You're gonna
I
be
think
one of them.
everybody else, you're just a woman who loves her husband and her family.
Well, we've done this to ourselves. I mean, we support these jackals because we want to see drama, no matter how much they are a detriment to us. Let me say something. RBR is absolutely dangerous for black people. He's dangerous. The man said that Margaret Singer saved 1.4 billion black people. Margaret Singer, a woman he calls a black hero, a woman that he says tricked the Klan. Now here's my thing. It's not him I'm tripping about. Because I know he's an imbecile. I know he's a lunatic. Okay? I'm tripping on the people that actually believe him. That's what get me. The people that sit up there day in and day out and believe what he says. And so I can only sit up here and say to myself, okay, these people are either trolls or they are just as crazy as he is. And you got black people, right, who are all over the place, don't know where to put their support. You have black people fighting for you, black people who want to fight for you. You don't want to put your support here, but you want to put your support where people who don't care anything about you. This is why I don't understand. Why are you supporting people who want to hurt you? Now, no one is saying you can't support who you want to support, but why support people that's going to hurt you? That I don't get. I don't get that one. Supporting RBR can't do nothing but hurt you. Nothing good can come from RBR. Nothing. Nothing good can come from Red Supreme. Nothing. Nothing good can come from the Manosphere. Why support these people? Why? That I don't understand. You know, we're doing this to ourselves. We support lame ass black people that hate other black people. And you got some people who are mixed up, who got serious mental issues. And I think that's what the problem is. I think what it is it's mental illness. Then engage the chat.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so Remy said, this is why I tell black women, focus on yourself and your children and just let these men fall to the wayside, because if we don't, we will slide off the mountain with them. It's up to us, no excuses.
I think that's and what?
Oh no. I was gonna read the next person, but that's my bad. Go ahead, what you was trying to say to Remy.
Did you want me to answer that or no?
Yeah, go ahead and answer.
Yeah, so I think that's sound advice. I do think that black women need to focus on themselves and their children and just cut black men off for right now. Just cut them off. And don't be afraid of raising your boys on your own. There are plenty of influences out here that you can give your boys. You have the internet. There's things you can search online. There are positive role models and influences online. Okay? There's a lot you can do. Don't be afraid. Okay? They say you can't raise a man, you don't have to. All you have to do is raise a boy. Okay? And I think that you would do better anyway if you raised the boy by yourself, because I don't believe that he will be effeminate if you raise him. They're becoming effeminate by what they see the black men doing. They're following the black men. Now, in Dwayne Wade's case, I do believe that his son was drugged. Okay. I do believe that he was drugged when he was an infant inside his mother's womb. I believe that they shot her up with something and then drug. I think the kid is messed up. I think they messed him up on purpose. Okay. But I do believe that women can raise their boys, especially now, because they really know what shining example of manhood you're gonna get. Where's it at? Other than guys like me who are starting to become few and far in between, where's the shining examples of manhood? Where is it? Okay. So who says you can't do an upstanding job raising your boys? No matter what, a woman can't raise no man, well, ain't no fucking men left. If she can't raise no man and ain't no men left, then what does that matter? You Negroes ain't men. And I mean, listen, if you're telling her she can't raise a man and there ain't really no men left, then what does that matter? That matters for nothing. There are no men left, so that's much to do about nothing. You guys certainly aren't men. So her can't raise the man. It's much to do about nothing. There's no men out here anyway for her to get any influence off of. And you know what? My thing is, the worthless dudes always want to come up on the panel and say, "Yo, Black Knight, well, you know what? You know, you got a problem with me." Yeah, I got a problem with men. I got a problem with you dudes. You're damn right I do. And how come you don't have a problem? You're talking about, well, how come you guys don't have a problem with Red Supreme? I got a big problem with Red Supreme. How come you guys don't? You let that fool sit up there and turn you against your women every day. And that other sorry ass dude, Teapot, the one that hates his black mother, who encourages black dudes to come up on a panel and talk about how much they hate their black mothers. I would never have a panel like that. I would never have a panel where I'm going to invite dudes to come up and talk about how much they hate their mothers. I would never have a panel like that. Now, some of you sit up here and say, well, you know what? I know where you stand, brother. You don't believe black women could do any wrong. And I say to them, well, I know where you stand. For some reason, you can't hear and comprehend. See, they like to hit me with that. Well, you don't believe that black women can do any wrong. Okay, let's air that out. Dame asked me, do I believe black women can do any wrong?
Black Knight, do you believe that black women can do any wrong?
No, I don't. Ask me why.
Why?
because the black man could do no right. Now, is that clear enough?
You would think so, but these hard-headed Negroes.
Ask me one more time, Dan.
Why the black woman can't do no wrong?
Because the black man can't do any right. Now, they would sit up here and say, well, you believe the black woman can do? No, I don't. She can't. Not until you Negroes start doing some right. No, she can do no wrong. And the ones who want to fight me on that are the ones who don't understand leadership. And you don't understand what being a leader is all about and the responsibility of a leader or leaders. Okay? You don't understand what that's about. Right? So, you are the leader. She's following your lead and she's cutting up. It's because your leadership is piss poor. You've allowed your leadership to become corrupted. So, you cannot blame her without first blaming you. Okay? So that's what that situation is all about. I noticed that you SYS Sissy Bims or whatever. I noticed that you guys have calmed down. What happened to the passport gang?
Yeah, it's passport season. Y'all can travel now. Go
No,
home.
I tell you what's happening. They're going overseas, getting their ass whooped. That's been happening quiet. That's been happening quietly. That's why you don't hear nothing about these guys no more.
What? What? These other women don't want y'all? The men
I'm
in the
sometimes
community don't welcome y'all with open arms? I'm shocked.
black women can do no wrong because the black men can do no right. I don't understand why that isn't clear. Until the black man does right and does right by the black woman, then we'll talk about some things about the black woman. But you see, you don't want to do that, right? You don't want to get your act together. You know why? Because if you clean your act up, she'll clean hers up too. And you won't have nothing to blame her for. She's only like this because you're fucked up. You don't give a damn. But if you was to clean your act up, shit, she'll clean hers up too. And so I've heard some of you badass niggas, right? Talking about you're gonna hold black women accountable for their fuckery. All right. So Dan, what is fuckery?
Uh, Nonsense.
Okay, could we say say it took you out to McDonald's, right?
Uh huh.
And we ordered the Big Mac, double quarter pounder with cheese meal, some fries, and shit, right? We got to talking, and you got to throwing fries at people. Is that fuckery?
No, no.
What would you call that?
I'll just call that foolishness.
All right, so we having a hard time, people, defining what fuckery is. Somebody want to help us out here because we don't get it. Apparently, throwing McDonald's fries at people isn't fuckery. Gauge the chat day. See if somebody can help us out.
Well, Remy is throwing up at the thought of eating at McDonald's. So,
Shout out to Bibi though. that's my sweetheart there, Bibi. That's my people's y'all. But anyway, okay, so how are we holding a black woman accountable? I need to have okay, the link is in the chat. Any of you guys brave enough to come up here and have a conversation with me about holding a black woman accountable? I want to have that conversation. I'm very curious as to what we're holding them. We still don't know what the hell we're holding them accountable for. Name, have we got a clear cut answer about holding them accountable?
no,
I haven't.
no.
I still don't know what the hell we're supposed to be holding them accountable for.
Oh, here's the definition of Remy said fuckery is ridiculousness.
Right, so throwing French fries. Okay, I was right. Throwing McDonald's French fries at people, that's fuckery. Dave?
Okay. Well, then these
All
guys
right,
have
so
a real definition
I'm
of.
gonna hold them accountable for throwing French fries in a fuckery fashion at people at McDonald's. Dame,
Uh-huh.
stop throwing those fries.
I don't know what you're talking about, Max. I eat my McDonald's fries. I might
See,
have threw I might have threw somebody else's fries at them, but I didn't throw mine.
excuse me. I'm trying to hold you accountable.
Yeah, but hold me
I'm,
accountable for the right thing.
I'm just
I
saying
did
though.
not
I'm just
throw
saying,
my fries. I
you're messing up
threw
my accountable
somebody
game,
else's
man. I'm trying to.
fries.
But I'm just, hey, I'm trying to hold you accountable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you want me to do?
Okay. I want you to hold
I'm
them
saying they say
accountable.
I'm saying they listen. They getting on me about holding black women accountable. So I'm trying to hold you accountable for throwing French fries.
Now, I think they want you to actually hold me accountable for something I actually did that was effery,
Uh, Throwing French fries was effery.
but I didn't throw no French fries.
I saw you throw the French fry.
No, that wasn't me. I don't throw no French fries.
Well, who
Hey,
was it then?
I don't know. It might have been a kid. It could have been somebody else, but it wasn't me.
No. Okay.
But I don't think that's the effery they want you to hold a black woman accountable for.
But we just had the definition.
Ridiculousness. But as I
Right.
said, I don't think they know the definition of effery. I
Okay,
think they
so
got their own version. It has nothing to do with
okay,
the.
okay, so what if you raise your voice?
If I raise my voice, there got to be a reason
Right.
behind
What if I said, hey Dane, what's up? And you say, what?
it. Okay.
Now what if you said you said okay?
Okay. Okay. You
But
said
hold on. If I say, hey Dane, what's going on? You said okay. What if you said, okay? Let's try
that.
that out. No, let's try that out. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, okay. I'm gonna say hey Dane, what's up? And you say okay in a normal voice. Then we're gonna try the fuckery, and you're gonna say it louder. Okay. All right. So okay. So let's start from the top. The first
Okay.
one is the normal one. Hey Dane, what's going on? What's up?
Okay.
All right. Here comes the fuckery. Hey Dane, what's going on? What's up?
Okay.
Hey man, that was hey. Why did you raise your voice at me?
Because you're hard to
Why?
hear.
Why did you attack me?
I didn't attack you.
You did. You raised your voice at me. I felt attacked.
All right. But I didn't attack you.
See, that's that fuckery shit, man. You be getting away with that shit, man. I'm here to hold you accountable for that fuckery shit.
Okay.
If anybody tuning in, this is Damon the Black Knight. We're in the middle of trying to hold a black woman accountable for fuckery. Okay.
Well, I don't think they even actually said for effery. I think they said just hold black women
But wait a
accountable.
minute. But you raised your voice. That's fuckery, right?
It could be a whole bunch of reasons why I raised my voice. Either I couldn't hear you, or it could be hard of hearing, so I'm going to talk louder so I can hear myself. Or you surprised me, or I was happy to see you, or uh, but if I don't have no angry tone in it, there's no reason why I'm not yelling at you. This is
Well,
my
I look
voice.
at it this. Well, I look at it this way. So now we still don't have any clear cut answer on holding black women accountable.
Maybe they're trying to hold us accountable. But
I
what
just
they
think
complain
that
about? Okay, so they trying to hold us accountable for being fat.
listen,
They trying
here's the
to
thing, here's
hold
the
us
thing, here's the thing,
accountable for.
here's the thing. Some these guys, while I'm concerned, they're just weak. Okay.
Hmm.
They can't take what women say. A woman can't raise her voice. A woman can't even be a woman. Okay. Do a lot of women get loud naturally? Yes, they do. Do a lot of women talk slick? Yes, they do. Okay. But we don't penalize women for being women. These guys, they penalize women for being women. They don't want you to be a woman. They want you to be what they want you to be. They want you to be a sex slave, and they want you to be quiet. They don't want you to talk back like you're some kind of 5-year-old.
Hmm.
See,
Yeah, it's well. Yeah, melanated vessel said it's just for being a black woman. Period. With those types,
hmm
so they trying to hold us accountable for being black women, which
well,
is
no,
ridiculous.
well, they don't want you to. The problem is that they don't want you to. They want to interfere with you being a woman, melanated misfit, melanated vessel. They want to interfere with you being a woman, but don't want you to interfere with them being men. Well, what they call being men. I don't call that being the man, but that's what they call it, right? It's kind of like this here. If you wake up in the morning and you put on your okay, I'm about to okay, you already know I'm an old dude. I'm old school. I'm 55. Okay, so I come from the days of women wearing this thing called Noxzema. I don't know if y'all remember that or if y'all even know that. Are y'all too young to know what Noxzema is? Well, it was this white, uh, kind of like, I don't know, it was like a white cream that they
Mhm.
would put on their face at night.
Mhm.
My mother used it. My sisters used it. A lot of black women used it back then. They would put that. Well, I don't know if it would turn into like a white mask or something like that,
Mhm.
and then they would wash it off in the morning. I guess it was something that cleansed your skin or whatever. And so black women have been into beautifying themselves before I was born. I used to make money on the weekends hustling back and forth to the wig store, picking up wigs for the ladies on the block. My mother had a lot of wigs. My sisters had wigs. Um, every woman on the block had wigs. Miss Johnson, Mrs. Peppers, Miss Alstein, they all had wigs. And then they would have wigs brought into the store, and then they would send me down there to go pick up their wigs, and I would make something like 75 cents to run down to the store, pick up their wigs, and bring them back. Man, when I got my bike, I was making a killing, y'all. I would wake up early in the morning, get on my bike, start stopping at houses. I'm going down, you know what I'm saying, to the wig shop. Okay, get my wig, do this, and that. Here, and keep the change. You know, I come back with like 40 wigs. You know what I'm saying? And and black women have been doing this. This is why I don't understand the weave and stuff, because black women wore wigs back in the day. Nobody said nothing. I mean, everybody and their mama was wearing a wig. Guys were wearing wigs too. See, that's another thing too, man. Niggas got the nerve to complain about black women. Niggas was wearing wigs too. They're wearing toupees, wigs, hair pieces. Y'all didn't know that? They were wearing hair pieces too. Cats who had an issue with going bald and then like bald spots, they would put hair pieces in their hair. Okay? Cats was wearing wigs. Alright, so melanated vessel, like I'm saying, if you wake up in the morning and you got your Noxzema, like I said, I may be outdated, okay? Just bear with me. I'm an old school dude. You got your Noxzema, you're doing you. Now you want to, put on your stuff, your wig or whatever. That's you being a woman, right?
Mhm.
They want to stop you from being a woman, though. They want to interfere with that. They want to say, no, don't do that. Don't be you. Be my sex slave. Be what I want you to be. Prioritize all your time around me. That's what they're saying to you. Okay? And that's why you have fools who sit up here and say stuff like they want you to prioritize all their time around them. Like you don't have nothing better. Like you don't have something called a life, right? If you look at all the leniency that women give men, right? Let us be men. Regardless of how vulgar we may be sometimes, how obnoxious we may be sometimes, You let us be men, belching and farting and all that, and corn chip socks and shit, dirty drawers. You let us be men, but it's unfair that you have a group of men out here who don't want women to be women. You won't let the women be women. Like I've seen situations where there's been groups and guys come in and they talk to the women, but they never stop talking. They want to do all the talking. Nobody gets to say nothing. So the women are just sitting there and never get the chance to talk. When I talk to women, right, I like the women to do most of the talking. I like to engage women in the conversation, not take over the conversation and dominate the conversation and just have a one-way conversation. I like to engage. I kind of like coming off the bench. I like the women to get started, and then I just come in off the bench and get in where I fit in. And we be having a nice back and forth. And I can listen. I can shut up and listen. And I don't like to interfere with two women talking. If I hear two women getting into it, I can be talking to one of them. But if the other one is engaging pretty heavily and they get to going back and forth, I'll jump out. Isn't that right, Dave?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
jump out. I don't like to interfere with two women. I'll jump out and let them get after it. I'll
yeah,
come back later or something.
yeah. That's why Max disappears sometimes. It's
Yeah.
because okay, there's like two or three women, we all talking, jump off, and then next thing you know, we're looking around him to get his opinion on something. It's like, oh, Max jumped off. Okay,
Yeah, I'm already
get
gone.
back. Hmm.
Yeah. Because I don't believe in interfering with women's discussions. I don't think that's healthy. You know, it's not healthy to build, a relationship with them, whether it be intimate or just friendly.
Hmm.
I don't believe it's healthy at all. Let them cackle about. That's how they get down. That's what they do. Stop interfering. And I think that's one of the problems that you guys got. You see women up there talking amongst themselves. You think that somehow that's an invite for you to come up there and jump in their conversation. It really isn't. Unless they specifically invite you, you should mind your business and stay out of that. Just because you see a couple of women talking, it doesn't mean that a man is invited in that conversation. Some women resent the fact that when they're talking to their girlfriends, a guy shows up. Some women
Hmm.
get pissed off at that. They don't like that because you just fucked up you just messed up the harmony, okay, that they have between them and the other girls that they're talking to. You just messed that up. So I think that you have to let the women be women. Now, what's going on in the chat, Dave?
A lot. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to back it up to a certain point. Okay. Um. Okay. So Remy, for black women to be mules of society and the most undesirable people, to sure find to ridicule and harass us. don't try to control something that holds no merit, which proves that black women scare people. And melanated vessels, I don't understand why they can't see it's not working. Them criticizing. Oh, okay. Remy was saying because of the power we possess.
Hmm. And black women possess a lot of power. Everybody is trying to control her. Everybody's trying to control this goddess because she's a sleeping god. She's a sleeping god, and everybody's trying to control her. You know, and the guys who it's almost comical because it's like at some point this isn't working, right? And it's not going to work, but yet you keep pushing it like it's going to work, and it's not. See, the truth is going to start coming out. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Metaphysics is extremely powerful. It's one of those things that if you ain't ready for it, stay away from it. And truth is science has robbed metaphysics for years and decades. With these pseudoscientists who have twisted a lot of metaphysics. Okay. But the truth is unraveling and the truth is going to come out little by little. And it's going to be revealed to you just how powerful the black woman really is. And why they're doing the things that they're doing to her. Okay. And like I was telling you fools before, you think that if all the men on this earth were gone, that the black woman wouldn't survive, right? What did I tell you about the universe? The universe consists of feminine energy. So the black woman is connected to the universe. The universe will find a way for her to survive. You have to understand something. She existed before you. She was here way before you were here. That's one thing y'all don't understand. So you don't want to do, you see, you guys keep talking about research and history, but you don't want to go back too far, right? Because when you go back far enough, you disappear. And so people say, well, what about these stories, these ancient stories? A lot of those stories are fake. Okay? A lot of those so-called ancient stories are fake. They're old fables and wise tales. The story of Jesus Christ has been told in so many different languages and aspects, and it's ridiculous. Okay? Very few of these stories that you hear are true. Very, very few. You may as well be reading Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay? Or Jason and the Argonauts. Man. I was watching something yesterday, and I've been noticing a couple of things. Have y'all noticed that black people are starting to take over all of these old talk shows? Dave, have you noticed that?
Um, yeah,
I wonder what's going on with that.
they find us entertaining.
Hmm. I guess they're going to yield completely entertainment to black people. I guess they're going to say, you know what, fuck it. Let them have it all. Yeah. I was watching some white boy in Germany, right? Idolize the crip walk, doing the crip walk. He's on TikTok. It's a German white dude doing the crip walk. So they take the creativity of us and they exploit it for themselves. They demonize us, and I see white people now making commercials, R&B commercials. They're sampling all our music. I just saw, I think, a phone commercial with Teddy Riley's "No Diggity." I mean, they sampling everything we've ever done. You got white people singing our songs all over. I mean, they just you get to rap now. It ain't even about anybody black anymore. Neither is R&B. How was a Korean group the number one R&B group? A group of Korean boys who can't speak English, but somehow they can sing in English. How the hell you can't speak English, but you can sing in English? Now, granted, it's not good English. Now, it's it's English, but it's messed up still. Well, I don't get it. And that song they made, Dynamite, it's like they got speech impediments. BTS, black people aren't even acknowledged anymore in R&B and hip hop. It's a bunch of white boys out here now. There's one white dude. It's like the king now of freestyling. I was watching a TikTok video. He just freestyling his ass off, rapping about anything. You got white boys now who has taken rap and are doing it better than black folks. Gary's the chat there.
Okay, okay. Why are why they always talking about history? They were never a part of. Deal with the here and now. Stop trying to go back in history to distract and manipulate.
Well, they they do that, right, to draw the attention off of themselves, okay? Because they don't want to be held accountable. Now they keep talking about accountability, right? But they don't want to be held accountable for anything, right? So that's why they do. Hold on one second. That's why they do that, because they don't want to be held accountable for anything. Okay, they figure if they can get you, if they can get you um, thinking about something other than them, then that's a victory. What else going on?
Okay. The melanated added on. The stories change as they been passed on from generation to generation. That is what they were doing with the past. Who gives away their culture like this?
Well, apparently we are giving it away. I mean, they done ransacked us. They done ran amok on us. I can sit up here and make a show and show you TikTok after TikTok, YouTube video after YouTube video, documentary of white people and foreigners just straight jacking us for all our creativity. Even the corporate world is jacking us. You got corporate commercials sampling our music. Okay?
Yeah. Rihanna says they're living through us. That's why they trying to do our stuff.
Hmm. And I noticed something too, right? I was watching these white boys at a club, right? And the DJ played a DMX song. And the DMX song they played was Where My Dog's At, right? And there were four white boys. And they started rapping the lyrics, right? And the expressions they had on their face was crazy. I mean, they was rapping those lyrics like they needed to save their lives. I mean, it was like they were blessed to say those lyrics. They treated those lyrics like they were words of God. Dude, we have an envy problem with white folks. That they envy us so much that they hate our guts. That we are the coolest. And that there is no one cooler or smoother than us. Hmm. Even James Dean got his cool from black folks. Henry Winkler, the Fonz, got their cool from black folks. They learned cool from us. In the meanwhile, while they're bleeding us dry for culture and creativity. We are running around here like chickens with our heads cut off, constantly at each other's throats. Hmm.
Mhm. Wow.
Hmm. Now, I mean, y'all, I can show you TikTok video after TikTok after video of us just being jacked for our creativity and culture. In Japan, they got whole sections of people dedicated to certain styles that we don't even do anymore. I mean, they done took our old styles like pop locking and breakdancing. Man, we don't even do that no more. But they won't let it die. I'll be right back then.
Okay. Let's see. We sold BT Ebony, Jet Magazine, Essence too. It's not natural protection of your culture. Is not to be taken seriously. We sell our rights off to them in regards to music. Black people sell their masters to white. Probably because they're ignorant of the contract. They're just happy, to be signed. Need to get, notice how all these black music producers who white people own. Timberland with Justin. Uh, with Justin Timberlake. Okay. Akon with Lady Gaga. Ja Rule with Jennifer Lopez. P Diddy with J Lo. Oh shoot, J Lo been with everybody. Even J Lo with LL Cool J, and J Lo P Diddy with J Lo and Mariah Carey. Black men. Yeah, it's a man. We must be honest about it. About that. I don't think we can stop it at this point. They say we have no culture while having it handed to them. Can't call it stealing if it was given away. They do it for money. Some things should not have a price, period. Unfortunately, we live in America where everything has a price. Oh, they do it for acceptance. Oh, yeah, there's that too. Yes. Look at that. That white man wants to sing my song. No, he wants to get money off your song. If he could make money, he wouldn't touch you. So I think the acceptance is probably stronger of the two. Yeah, the money is great, but I think it is acceptance more than anything, and not having and their pride in what they do, train slaves. Yeah, could be that because let's see, it's all about getting your money, and acceptance is one way. They feel honored by these people, these folks' interest in their in our culture. No different than when black men were selling their businesses to white people and wanting to work alongside them. Mhm.
Yeah, the black man is still selling out. He done sold the black woman out. You know, he done sold the black child out. He done sold out the black children. He done sold out the black woman and the black children. Mm.
That inclusiveness, don't they see the trick being played on them?
I think what we have to do is we got to start highlighting different black men and start bringing them out of the woodwork because they're not on social media. We got to get them here on social media. There's a lot of good brothers out there that black women don't know about because they're not on social media. Like I said, like diesel mechanics. Diesel mechanics make good money, y'all. And I'm not just speaking about it because I'm in trucking. I'm just telling you, they make damn good money. And a lot of them brothers are really into their craft and they single. And they good brothers. They got their head screws. Anytime somebody is into pursuing their career, they got a good head on their shoulders. Okay? These brothers are focused on climbing the ladder at their place of work. I talk to a lot of these brothers. They got their heads screwed on right. A lot of them want families. A lot of them putting money together now, put it to the side so when they do meet that right woman, I mean, a lot of them got the right mindset. And I think I did a show. And listen, Dame, when y'all do the other one, the Let's Talk About Sex thing, when y'all do that one, we're gonna
Hmm.
add in. We're gonna add in the diesel mechanics and where you can find them in your area, ladies. Okay, where you can find them at. I'm gonna change your mind. I'm gonna start opening up your mind about the area that you live in that you never paid any attention to. Okay, because almost all of y'all live by a diesel shop. Okay, and don't realize it. All right. I will show y'all where these brothers are at in your town, in your state. We gonna do, we're gonna do the matter of fact, you know what? I think we should do an eligible bachelor thing and occupation, where they can be found and how much money they make. And of course, Dame is not saying anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was a little distracted by the chat, but okay. Well, yeah, we'll go through each state and
What are they saying in the chat?
okay. So we're back to no different from that when black men were selling their business to white people wanting to work with them. Don't they see the trick being played on them? It's
Well,
blatant
yeah,
at this point.
yeah, they see it, but here's the problem: black men are cowardly. They're cowardly. That's why the deals are going down the way they're going down. These aren't brave black men from the '60s and the '70s. They're not like us. They're not built like us. See, we weren't afraid of white folks. These groups of black men are scared to death of white folks. Okay? So it's not like they don't see it. Oh, they see it. They just too cowardly to say no. So if they said no, right? Then that white man is gonna slap the taste out of their mouth. Or put his unpolished boot up their ass. Like Mr. Like like you know, nigga Charlie gonna do what Mr. Charlie say. Ain't that right, nigga Charlie? Yeah. I was gonna do what Mr. Charlie says. That's right, you're gonna do what Mr. Charlie says, nigga Charlie. I'm gonna put my boot up your nigga Charlie ass. Ain't that right there, nigga Charlie? That's right, sir. You's gonna put your boots up my asses. And that's why you got going why you got these sellouts, because they are coward. Like RBR is a coward. Red Supreme is a coward. The Manosphere, they're cowards. These aren't brave men. These are cowards. This is why they conform. Only a coward capitulates and conform. Eh?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think the Remy goes diesel mechanics. Those hands, a man with his hands. She got some emojis. I can't quite tell, but okay. And she said, "I was born in the wrong generation. These men want to sit at a desk, and that's under white men. Son, I hate it here."
Yeah, the diesel mechanics, they out there, man. They work with their hands. These are good brothers. I know a lot of them. So we'll start with the diesel. I got more. We're gonna start there. We're gonna start bringing in the brothers who are not on social media. Okay. So you sisters can start finding out where these brothers at. The good brothers that aren't on social media. Okay. And I'm gonna look into seeing I can get a couple of them to come on camera and talk to some of you ladies, man. Some of the eligible ones. Okay. But these mechanics make good money. They what 70 to 90, what 70 to 100,000, right, Dane?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, man, yeah, they make good money.
Yeah, better yet, they're gonna appreciate you. They're not gonna take you for granted. They're not gonna treat you um badly. They seem to think there's no good black women out there, or no black women out there at all. Mainly because they just stay. Diesel mechanics always working.
That's right.
They're not going to be asking about submission. They don't care. As long as they're attracted to you, you're attracted to them. That's all they want. Well, probably I'm probably jumping the gun. I can't speak for these men, but from the sound of it, they want a home and a family, and someone to love them, and someone they can love. Okay. I think the issue is that we're all not linking up with those who compliment ourselves. We find too many derelicts, and we think that all is that's all that's out there. We need to learn to expand our horizons. Yeah, exactly. Mhm. So when Max said there's good men out there, they out there. They're just looking in the wrong place. Whoa, wait, did I miss something? Ultimate betrayal? Okay, what did I miss there? Okay, so me and Max will get together and do that.
Now what's that?
Hmm.
Do what?
The diesel mechanics in each state.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, we gonna do that, y'all. Like, matter of fact, what y'all do is give us the state you're in, and we'll call them out. We'll let you know where the shops are, you know, and y'all can go down there and hang out. A lot of these cats driving nice cars, nice trucks. They getting that paper. They just sitting there for the taking. They just sitting there for the taking. All
Hmm.
right, y'all. That's it for Dame and the Black Knight. We can better get on out of here. I gotta lay down, and Dame's got to get ready for Ladies' Night tonight.
Hmm.
So, Dame, let them know what's coming up on Ladies' Night tonight.
All right. So for ladies' night, we're going to be talking about options for the education of our children. Um, a conversation that stirred up some thoughts about homeschool or traditional schooling, and the third option. You know, so we're gonna be discussing that for ladies' night. We're gonna be at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And for those who are curious about schooling that's going on in Ghana, uh, Amnon's going to discuss what the school system is like in Ghana. Hmm. All right, then. We see y'all for ladies' night. Peace, power, and unity.
It's power and unity. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later.
Okay, okay.